What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Clean Green Lawn Service in beautiful South Georgia. Man, it is a lazy Sunday afternoon. It has been flooding here. I want to go try to work on the house, maybe put up some OSB this afternoon. But that didn't work out. You probably hear the goats in the background. My apologies for that. Anyway, here's what we got. Look how that handle sticks out, man. I do not like that. So, the deal is, I know some people that are resourceful, right? I'm planning on getting this heated up. I mean, I got guys that could just cut this off and re-weld it if I needed to. But first thing I'm trying is heating and bending. And I want to bring that in until it's at least perpendicular, or at a 90 degree to the top of the deck, you know. Maybe even in some more. I can adjust this. I got one screw in it right now. Let me show y'all what it looks like. See, when it's open, it's right there. So I got plenty of room, you know, to bend that in to where it comes to about here or something. Now, and I can always, this can be turned one way or another. It's really not that bad. Maybe I can set y'all up and let you see me on the machine. It does create a little bit more reach. I've been on the texting back and forth with my buddy Gratz Buck. He's been trying to get me to get a grass flap or something. Not a grass flap, a quick shoot. And I don't have anything against quick shoot. So I'm trying to get let me get my toolbox over here where I can set this camera up. I don't have anything against quick shoot. I've never used quick shoot. One of the things that I try not to do is I try not to talk bad about a product. Well, I try not to talk bad about any product. I'll give you the pros and cons. I mean, I'm not hard on companies, especially unjustly. I don't want somebody to be hard on me unjustly, you know. If I go to a restaurant and have one bad experience, I don't go give them a bad review. Why? Well, I would like, people don't always do this, but I would like people to extend that same courtesy to me. May I go out there one time and miss something on the yard, or the guys go? Yeah. Do I want somebody to get mad and give me a 1-star review over that? No. I want the chance to make it right, you know. So I don't dog other companies. I only try to talk about what I know. Here's what I know. The grass flap, I love the way it's controlled by the foot. Man, I've become a pro at opening and closing it. That's on my Super S. The issue is twofold. One is I've already had to replace the cable once. It's a known problem with the cables on them. And number two, it's not vented. See how that's vented? That lets airflow through. I like that. What I find is when I got the advanced chute system on, it doesn't blow stuff all out from under the deck. That Super S, when you close that grass flap, stuff blows out everywhere. It'll blow leaves out away from the deck on that side that you're trying to pick up. And it'll get leaves on there and shoot them on places where you've already cut at. Again, like Buck said, I see a Ryobi drill. Make you some ventilation, so I could do that. But anyway, let me just show you how this thing kind of is. Again, this is not going to be the finished product. By the way, I did not do an installation video because I did one on the Super Z. I'm going to show you what I did, but essentially, all of these go on the same, but everyone's a little different. And I'll try to explain that in a few minutes. But let me just show you this big long handle, man. So, most of the time, we're not opening and closing this thing all the time. That's one thing. Usually if we're closing it on a property, it pretty well stays closed. There are situations where we do open and close it a reasonable amount of time. But anyway, so I'm right here. That's that. Now, the problem is when I go to get it again, I do have to reach out a little bit. See that? I mean, that's a little uncomfortable. So I'd like it to be about right here where, and that's where I'm going to try to get it. It's about right in this area where it's just a natural motion, right? And I still got plenty of room to where I think it'll come down right in front of this breather, this air filter if I do it right, so I'll be doing that. Grabbing is not a real issue. I don't like how it sticks out past the machine. So a couple of things. One is I'm going to, like I said, well, let me see if I can just kind of show you. So yeah, I would like to get it into probably about right there. That way, again, it's just it's not a stretch. It's just a normal grab. And then the other thing is, once I get that, I may actually cut this down to where I'm grabbing right here, right here. You know, so lower this. I can cut that off. That's simple to do. So that's the hope, is to get it looking something like that, where it's straight up and down, and where it's maybe the top of it's at this curve, which is about 9 inches lower, because I do have a concern about when you're cutting around stuff, that potentially grabbing stuff. Now, our practice is to always mow with the enclosed side of the deck up against. So if we're cutting around trees, we're using that side. If we're about a house, we're using that side. You know, really anything that we cut around, we try to run that up to the hard or the stable surface. Okay, so unless you you know, but again, on a larger tree or something, there are times when I'm cutting on this. Y'all probably done it. If you got a stander, if you've watched somebody with a stander, you know this move right here. You're coming up and you're coming under a tree and you're cutting, and all of a sudden you have to duck like this, you know, to keep the limbs from hitting you. Well, in that case, it's going to grab that. So until I can get that lowered, that's just going to be one of the things I'm going to have to be conscious of, okay? But again, as far as the installation goes on this one, and I only put 2 in it. You can put 3. I think on most of them I put the 3rd one back here. I've just found that I don't know that it really needs that. I still have it up there. I may go back and add it. I just didn't want to put too many holes in the deck, because again, after using this for a while, I may decide, you know, to take it off of here and to go with a different, I might decide to go with one that's got an operator control on it that's electric, or I may even drill out the grass flap on the Super S and see how it works, and if it works good, I might put the grass flap on here. One of the things I like to do, even though I like to try new products, I like to keep things, I like to keep as many of the same things as I can. So in other words, I don't want to have a grass flap. I don't want to have a grass flap, a quick chute, an advanced chute system, and some other kind of operator control chute blockers on my equipment. I don't want to have 5 different mowers that all have different things on them. One of the reasons is because, you know, you got some common parts, you know, the springs, the cams, you know, the handles. A lot of this stuff is going to be common to every one of them. And, you know, if you have something break on one, you know, you can move it to another one. If you decide to, you know, if one of your mowers is down, or it breaks, or, you know, one of these bite the dust, and I decide that, you know, that's it, I'm not sinking any more money into it, I still got this, and I still got the parts and stuff with it, you know. It's just like every one of my mowers right now have the same size rear tires on it. So now the new Super Z, unfortunately, is going to have a different, they went to a 26-inch tire, I guess, on it. I didn't really know that. Probably wouldn't have stopped me from ordering it, but right now I've got a brand new spare rear tire. I got the same tires on every machine that I own, and I can take that one new tire that I got, which I think is down at the other shop. If I get something through the sidewall and mess it up, look, it don't matter which mower it's on, I got a tire, I can replace it, and then I'll order another one. You know, those kind of things I think just help out. You know, just having everything the same, it just keeps things simple. So anyway, I'm obviously gonna have to do some modifications to this, and I'll kind of keep y'all tuned, and we'll see how it goes. I have not put the plate on the back yet. I told y'all about that plate that come with it. Let me see if I can find it. It's right over here. And I really think, I'm gonna have to modify it a little bit too, because I would have put it on, but I really didn't like the way it fit, because if you do it like that, you got a big gap out here, and of course if you can put it in more, and that closes up the gap, still hitting on that bolt right there. And I'm not so sure. What I want to do is take it out and cut with it and just see what that does. You know, it may make a real mess on the operator back here with it coming up. You know, I ain't gonna put it on the outside, I know that. So it's gonna go in here somewhere like that. But I think it needs to be, see, like that looks good, but the problem is it's not flush. So if you put it flush against the flap, now you got this big old gap, which will still stop debris, but that's going to put a dust storm on the operator. So I think I'm going to have to take this plate. Got a buddy that's got a sheet metal shop. I can probably take it in there and get him to bend it to where it'll fit here. And I may even take the more down there and have him take the take a drill press or a torch or whatever and blow me a little hole through here that fits over this bolt. Just so, because that bolt holds it off. You know, so anyway, the main thing I got on it right now, the main thing I want to do is get something on it so when I'm cutting somewhere, I'm afraid to cut with this at the banks and around vehicles and stuff like that, because I don't want to run the risk of slinging something out the side, most importantly, and hitting a person. That would be terrible. A $10,000 window or a paint job on a vehicle, I dropped some bolts, I think. I'll find them in a minute. That would be bad enough. I don't know what I dropped, but there's the bolts. That would be bad enough to damage something that cost me a bunch of money or had to use my insurance in order to fix it. That would be bad enough, but to hit somebody, that I'm more concerned with hitting a person than I am with hitting a piece of equipment or a car or knocking out a window. So, so it'll work for that. It'll work for that like it is. I will just have to be careful about that. And like I said, probably sometime this week, I'll see about getting that thing, putting a little bit of heat on it, and getting it fixed. So anyway, that's the deal, man. That's the latest update on the V-Ride 2, man. Got it set up where I can take it and mow anywhere I want to now. So, you know, I don't have to use it for certain things and then have to use the Super S for something else. I can use this for anything I could use other mowers for now, and that's the goal. So anyway, hey, appreciate you tuning into the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop me a comment. Love to hear from you. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from Him. Hope you have a great day. Oh, by the way, coffee. Y'all know I was going to have some coffee, right?